good here unless these guys were crazy. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the poker vlog. Today we're going to be playing 1-2 no limit at the West Palm Beach Kennel Club. So let's get into it. Alright, I look down at Queen 10 offsuit. There's 2 limps to me in middle to late position. I raise to 12. I get called by the button, the big blind, and one of the limpers. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes down pretty nice for us. It's ace, jack, 9, rainbow. Big blind checks. Limp goes ahead and leads for 11. We make the call. The button now raises to 75. And he only has about 125 after his raise to 75 left. So with open-ended, not much to do here but fold. Was really feeling the flop. Wish I could have stuck around to see it through. Next hand, we got pocket queens in the big blind, and there's 4 limps to me. I go ahead and raise it up to $15. And by the way, this is within 15 minutes of being at this table, so I'm not sure how these players are playing. I'm not sure who's bluffing. I'm not sure who's wild. Like I said, 15 minutes, just got to the table. All 4 of them end up making the call, so we are going 5 ways to a flop. That comes down ace, 7, jack, 2 spades. I think I make a mistake here and check. Everyone else limped. I'm the pre-flop raiser, so I should have the best ace in this spot. So big mistake by me. I'm glad I make these videos so I can look back and see. Anyways, it ends up checking to the button. He goes ahead and takes a stab at it for $20, and for that price we're not going anywhere. I mean, who would? We also have the queen of spades, so maybe if another one hits, we can make something happen. Middle position ends up making a call too, so we are 3 ways to a turn. After he calls, I'm putting him on a flush draw or a weak ace. I'm putting both of these guys on either a flush draw or a weak ace. I feel like, what else is doing that? Turns a 4 of spades, completing the flush draw. I check. The guy in red in the top left of your screen goes ahead and bets $62. This guy was putting on a flush draw for sure after he checked the flop and called $20 behind both of us. But he goes ahead and makes that bet when the flush does hit. And when the button calls, I kind of sick to my stomach. I feel like when I checked the flop, I lost all control of this pot. And I just played this hand really bad, as you guys will see in a minute as to who ends up winning. But the button calls 62. After he calls, there's no way I could be good here unless these guys were crazy, and I just didn't know. So I fold. River is an 8 offsuit. It goes check, check. The man in the red shirt shows king 10 with the king of spades, so he was bluffing. And the button shows pocket 9s. He ends up taking it down. So big error here. Tell me what you guys think.
Alright guys, so after that pocket queens hand, I ended up chipping up. I had 3-4 offsuit in the big blind. The whole table limped to me. I checked. The flop came 5-6 jack. I checked to a under the gun guy. Bet 11. 3 callers. I call. And then the turn is a 2. I bet 30. He's the only caller. The river is a brick. And I bet like 65, and he called that as well with 2 pair 5-6. So ended up getting lucky, and I didn't get that on video because 3-4, I was like, nothing's gonna happen, and things just progress quickly. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna have a bigger stack in this next clip.
All right, in this hand, this is the same table. I just moved over to the right 1 seat. There's $415 in my stack. I have king queen offsuit on the big blind. There's 4 limpers to me, so we go ahead and pull the punish trigger. We get it heads up, big blind versus button. Let's take it to the streets. Let's see some flop. And we actually connect, surprisingly. King 8-7. I go ahead and bet $11 into 36. She calls. I bet on the turn. She calls. And on the 5, I just check. She checks. Shows 9-10. So watching this back, I definitely should have went larger on the turn. I could have extracted a little bit more money. Lesson learned. Pocket 8's on the button. There's 2 limps to me. I go ahead and bump it up to $12. And both of the limpers end up making the call. So we are going 3 ways to a flop. Oh, there was actually 3 limpers because 1 folded. So here we are, flopping a boat here. Big Red decides to check. The lady checks, and I check. My reasoning for checking is that I definitely shouldn't connect to this flop, and Big Red just bluffed me out of my shoes 20-30 minutes ago. I was just hoping he would try to again. Unfortunately, he does not, but the lady ends up betting $15. I gotta just smooth call, hoping to see a heart, and we do see a heart, but it's the ace of hearts. So if she doesn't have a flush, it's definitely an action killing card for me, as I should have the stronger aces in my range. And I definitely see that she doesn't have much when she just stabs another 15 at it. So not much to do here. You have to raise. Unfortunately, she probably had an 8. Not much. She lets it go. Last hand of tonight. I look down at 6-5 of hearts. In the cutoff, there's a $5 under the gun raise. 2 calls. The only way I'm gonna play this hand, guys, is if I raise. So I make it 27. Under the gun calls. One of the limps of 5 call. And that's it. So we are going 3 ways to a flop. I have position. And ace 9-9. 2 hearts. I have a flush draw. They both check to me. I'm thinking this is a great board because I 3-bet. I should have a high ace. So I go ahead and bet 21. And under the gun raiser immediately raises to 80. Kind of confused me because I should have a better ace here. I just started thinking he must have raised $5 under the gun with like 9-10, 8-9, or whatever. So I could have called the extra 60 to maybe hit, but what if I was already drawing dead? What if he min raised ace 9? There could be a lot of things. So I just let this one go and take a $80 profit on the night.